you have anything in common with a child? Anybody has anything relationally, romantically in common with children? Anybody got that going on? That's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous perspective that anyone would sit up and think that this is what a man would do. There's no real man or real woman, because I'm still going to get to the woman part too. Because the most famous pedophile in America is a woman. Oh, I know. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. Yep. Just in case you thought it was the women, the men, it's a man's sexual drive that leads him to do these things. Then explain why the most famous American pedophile is a woman. Yeah, Mary Laveau. That's her name, I think. Mary Laveau. Can't make it up. She's the most famous. I'm not saying she did the most pedophilia activity with multiple children. She is the most famous. Everybody knows who she is or was. She passed away in 2020. Everybody knows who this woman was. The most famous pedophile in this country. And y'all did nothing to her. See how it is? That's why I got to cover the woman's part of this pedophilia activity in this country, because you're thinking it's just the men. No, unfortunately, it's females as well. Yep, it's females. And it's harder to see women because the women hide behind beauty, makeup, nice hair, nice dress, and men and women included. Y'all just look at that and say, oh, she's such a beautiful woman. And you're blinded instantly. Even if she's a stranger, you're blinded instantly because you thought you just looked at a beauty and you didn't even think anything else. But when you see a man walking down the street, you wondering what he's about. Sexually, some people are crazy like that. They sit up thinking about what this guy does. Who cares? I care about what these lawmakers are doing. That's what I care about. Keep it 100. That's what I care about. What these lawmakers are doing. And what they're doing is marrying your children. 44 states marrying your children. 40 states allows the age of consent to be under 18. You should be hot. You should be tight. When they sitting up making criminals out of your community, and they the ones making the laws to have sex with children, and making straight criminals, thugs out of your community, savages, with no savage activity. Savages with no savage activity. I'm telling you who the savages are. The people that can sit up and sit down at a desk and sign paperwork, signing off your children to adults, sexually speaking. That's who the savages are. And then can make a million commercials. They can make a million commercials. Talk about children here, children there, all over everywhere. I don't even look at it no more. Because if you can sit up and support that or put that in, you could put up that image after 44 states marrying children and think I'm a believer. You crazy. I don't believe that. I don't believe in it. It's all about selling you some product. They do not love your children. They're sexualizing your children all through the laws. Now you tell me who's thinking what. And that's why I'm with God on this, because I don't need y'all help. See, what people think is, okay, he's doing a campaign. He need people to jump on board, so we all will be quiet. You can be quiet. I got God riding on this one. Yeah. And here's the punchline. This is why. Because you sit up and you contradict yourself so sharply that you have to die. You have to die when you contradict yourself this sharply. Some people say, well, is it because of the laws? Not the laws only. I know there are a lot. There are a lot to take and stomach. But it's not the laws only. It's the contradiction of the American government and the American community, both of them. You contradict yourself so sharply that you must be defeated. As a system, you have to be defeated. People don't have to die, but that brand that you call America has to cease to exist because they sharply contradicted themselves, and it's no coming back. For a lack of a better term, it's no coming back from that. You sit up and witch hunt people all around the country, including R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, all these speculations of who's a pedophile. Then we come to find out it's you, by definition and by law. I can't make it up. It's one of the biggest bombshells in American history. And you don't have to tell me, I know. I know it is. It's one of the biggest bombshells because Americans are the one that's always harping on protecting the children, protecting the children, protecting the children. And that's another reason God is going to bring destruction, because you violate your own conscience. I can't speak for another country, but you do not, this is a sin to you. Yeah, some people might be tribal, maybe don't know no better. But you know better. And here's the punchline. When you know better, you have to do better. It's not an option in this case. You know better than that. And you know your country is too crazy, sexually speaking and mentally speaking, for you to have 44 states married children. For you to have the age of consent under 18 in 40 states. For you to have 20 states with no minimum age to marry children, and you got all these bugged out crazy people, and that's the laws right now. You got all these crazy people. Just from that alone should make the laws 18, the age of consent in every state. That's what it should be. It's too many crazy people alone. So putting all of that into the equation as well, and it violates the conscience and the integrity or the moral standards of Americans. It's no American that agrees with children marrying adults. I don't care what you say. There's no American that agrees with 44 states having child brides and husbands. Can you imagine that? A child husband. It could be a boy. A child husband? How is he going to provide? How is he going to provide? He left home with a knapsack on his back, like the old school one with the bandana. How is he going to provide when he's under 18? You can't be serious. And this is in 44 states. Not Oregon somewhere. Not in Oregon. 44 states. Why you thinking it's Oregon? Well, non-Oregon politicians put these laws together. They have not been born and raised in Oregon, knows nothing about Oregon culture and community. That's for people who like to think only about the polygamists and think about polygamy. Okay, the polygamists, that interests you. What should interest you is 44 states marrying children. That don't interest you. That don't shock you. But you'll go watch a reality show about polygamy. I can't make it up, man. So again, by manifestations, because that's what I go by when it comes to the thought process, thought patterns. What I go by is what you actually do in real time as an adult. Okay? And if you ain't physically touching no children, then they have to leave you alone. They have to. If you ain't doing nothing, and if they don't, then God is going to bring such a wrath and judgment. That's why it's here. God ain't gonna play no games where you're down to trying to see someone's thoughts. I know what's going on because God reveals it to me. That's why I know. That's how I know. That's how you know who's really close to God. I know all you're doing. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Ain't no way you're going to come back from it when your country is marrying children in 44 states. So you didn't expect that. See how it works out? Because we revealed who you really are through you playing with people like me. Now we see who you are. And unfortunately, America can't outlast that. I don't know any military, I don't know any branch of the military that will support 44 states marrying children. Any Marines and Navy SEALs and Army that supports this? And you guys support that. So what do you think should be done about it? Because something has to be done about it. For you to have integrity and real morals, which we never had, something must be done. And unfortunately, not only should something be done, there should be a punishment. Right or wrong. Because what you think it is, oh, we'll change it. No, We're not going to only change it, we're going to punish the people that did it. We're going to punish the system that allowed it. Right? And that's where we're at. So we're not just trying to change these laws. We're trying to bring a proper punishment for the contradiction of the American government and community, because they making the laws for you. They make the laws for American community. So some of you out there know what's going on. Oh yeah, you do. And the rest of you, they didn't know what was going on, but you sitting out here witch hunting people, you got to be held accountable. Because the first thing, the one-on-one in this is to check the child laws that protect the children. That's the 101. I don't care if you think you Batman. I don't care if you think you know, whoever you think you are. You part of the Suicide Squad. You think you're Kill Shot. I don't know who you think you are. Harley Finn. Whoever you think you are. You might think you're Harley Finn. Whoever. The 101 in this situation is to know and be educated on the child laws in your country. If you're out here witch hunting and you out here doing any conspiracy, trying to see if someone is a pedophile and you didn't know these laws, that's your judgment. That's your butt, basically. That's your hide. Because that's one-on-one. You should have educated yourself. Because what you gonna do if you find one? You can't kill them all, like I told you. So if you're truly a bona fide law enforcer bringing children, pedophiles to justice, then at some point you have to realize you can't kill them all. So you have to put some in jail. Therefore, you would have to know the laws to do so. You can't just go up and think you're going to get somebody arrested because you think something. It's your thoughts. That's your thoughts. That's not going to get an arrest. What's going to get an arrest is manifested pedophilia by definition activity. That's what's going to get an arrest. So if you was really about that life, if you halfway about that life and you halfway dipping and dabbing, you got to get it too. You shouldn't be dipping and dabbing in something haphazardly anyway. You can't haphazardly call someone a pedophile, have operations around them, and think you're going to get away with it when you don't even know the laws of 44 states marrying children. You see why they have to be punished? This is why. This is why they have to be punished. You contradict yourself, and you uneducated out here dipping and dabbing and stuff, and don't even know your own country. What does that say about you being a patriot? That part. As for all you people that call yourself a patriot, military, police included, community included, what does that say about you being a patriot? That you don't even know your laws that allows 44 states to marry children. Yeah, I know America more than you do. Basically. Why you think I'm in the dark? Imagine that. Imagine me in the dark. Yeah. You in the dark. Big time. And unfortunately, it's going to cost you this time. Yeah, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you everything. Because you sit back as a community and you join together, but you didn't join the laws together to see 44 states marry children. You didn't join the laws together to see the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. You didn't join that together. You didn't join all the states that allowed the age of 18 to be, the age of consent to be under 18. You didn't join that all together to see it was 40, like I did. That didn't just come together. I joined it together. I looked at all the states and counted them. By the way. So while you joining together against who you think are pedophiles, you didn't join those laws together of the age of consent being under 18 in 40 states. You didn't join that together. So God looks at that. Yeah, I don't care what good intentions you say you have. We all can say we have good intentions. But you can't just go out and say you're protecting children on innocent people. On people that didn't do anything according to pedophilia. Because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about adults that know better and probably got children of their own. We're talking about that. Someone that have lived long enough to know, to be awakened in their mind. You can't be a child protector as a child. You can look out, but you don't even have the full perspective of what it is to be a child protector because you're a child yourself in need of being protected. Also, you can only be a child protector when you're an adult, technically speaking, on the average speaking. And a lot of you have not arrived at that point. You think you have. What are you equipped with? What are you equipped with? Street justice? Okay, well, why street justice didn't know 44 states marry children? Boom. Boom. Why didn't street justice people know that the age of consent is under 18 in 40 states? That's a joke. To me, you sitting up trying to enforce street justice for pedophilia, but don't even know your laws in your own country. That's a joke to a man like me. Look, I could choose anybody and say, this person is a pedophile. I could choose any person out of your society and do that. That's basically what you did. I could do the same thing. I could go pick someone, call the police or some type of enforcement, and have that person followed for X amount of time. I could do that with anybody. Now, if you can't prove anything and you think it's a game, that's when your whole country gonna get on fire like it is now. That's what it is. You can't play with human beings. They're connected to the spiritual world. I can't speak for other creatures. I'm not gonna split hairs. I'm not that type of individual. I speak about reality. I speak about things I know are facts. Facts. This isn't conspiracy theory. No, it is not at all. All I'm speaking about is the only thing what I can speak on intelligently. That's the only thing I talk about. If I can't talk about it intelligently, I'm not going to do a video. This I do know about at this point. At this point, I do know about this. And I've been talking about this for two years now. Just in case you think I just got started. I've been talking about this for 2 years. Yeah. 2 years is a long time to be to have processed the thoughts of all these child sex laws. That's a long time to be working with it and thinking about it. So I've been putting in work. This ain't no gimmick. I don't have a reason for it to be a gimmick. I don't have a reason to go viral trying to do this. That doesn't even add up. This situation is so serious. Any motive that you think I have pales in comparison to the facts. It doesn't matter what my motives are. If I'm trying to go viral, if I'm trying to get on, if I'm trying to be an enemy to America, if I ain't got nothing else to focus on in my life, it does not matter what you think. My motives are about it. It's too powerful of facts for you to think about what my motives are. You shouldn't care what my motives are. Maybe you have a mental sickness, because I don't know anyone that can hear this and think about something else. Anybody can hear this and then think about what I'm thinking about? Or what my motives are? Anybody care about that? That's in their right mind. Right. You don't care. You do not care what I think or what I'm thinking or who I am or what my motives are. The facts are too powerful for you to think about anything else in your right mind. Now, if you got attention deficit and all kind of other stuff, you got attention deficit, that's a different situation. I'm talking about people in their right minds, sober of mind, sound of mind. I'm telling you, 44 states marry children. The age of consent is under 18 in 40 states. You have the world record above any country, including Russia, China, Japan, any of those other countries that you can think about where you think sex trafficking is going on. You have the world record for the lowest age of consent on American soil. Right here, not Canada, America. You have the lowest age of consent worldwide. In all history, you set the record. It doesn't matter if that time has passed by and that law is gone. You set the record. That speaks for itself. And I personally don't care when it happened. I care that it did happen. They always trying to dig up stuff on you. They don't care the time when it happened. Oh, the things they think you did. They don't care about the time. So why should you care about the time of what they did? It shouldn't matter. They were having sex with 7-year-old girls. You can't explain that. You can't explain that to me, man. You can't. There's no way you can explain that to me. 7-year-old girls in the law. It's no way in the world, man. Man, ain't no. That's pedophilia all day long. All day long. Right or wrong? So what are we talking about? That's a manifestation of pedophilia. Okay? And it's not far-fetched to think that it's still going on. If you got the world record, it's not far-fetched to think that this is why you made these other laws. Right or wrong? You got the world record, 7-year-old girls, which definitely is pedophilia. So it's not far-fetched for me to think that these other laws of 40 states with the age being under 18, the age of consent being under 18, 44 states marrying children, it's no way, it's not far-fetched for me to think that that's pedophilia too. It's safe to say it's sexual desire for children. That is safe, very safe to say. Right? Safe to say. Very safe to say, right? Is sexual desire for children. When you had the age of consent at 7 years old, that's nowhere near an adult at all. 7? Yeah, I know you don't want to hear it because it's convenient for you not to hear it because you so dearly love this country. Well, unfortunately, I hate to break it to you. With this information, we see that America was never the country we thought it was. We always suspected that it had some dark side, but we definitely now know that it's not the country we thought it was, and that's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of facts, not assumptions. Not speculation. And, you know, it's the karma of this country. It's the karma. It's karma. Because they sat back and accused people of things, witch hunt people like it's a game, and then you get blindsided, like cold knocked out by the facts that your country is the one that's doing it. Right now. And you have no one else to blame. That's karma. You shouldn't have been playing around somebody like that. Talking about pedophilia, this and thinking it's like some game and putting that in politics in your community and your government. You shouldn't have played with somebody like that. And here's the punchline. Before you did do it, this is how I know you're stupid. You should have went and checked your laws first. Why you ain't go check your laws? Make sure you in order first, partner. Make sure you in order. Before you try to clean my house, make sure yours is clean. Yeah. How hypocritical is that? Somebody got a dirty house, filthy. They say, you know what? You need to clean up that house. Let's see what dirt you got in here. Let's see what's going on in here. And then you go back to a dirty house. You go back to a filthy house. Criticizing mine. Not even really knowing what's going on. It's too hypocritical. We're dealing with a very strong cultural hypocritical country right now. The culture here is so hypocritical because of this. It's not even funny. Because you got all these people who sit up and say, they'll paint who they think is the ones that's doing it. They'll paint those pictures. But then we find out your teachers is doing it. Your teachers are the one that's having sex with the children. Right or wrong? How many times have teachers that should be educating your children got something else on their mind, obviously, and they had corresponding action. It all starts with a thought. So while you're thinking that certain people are thinking certain things about children, let's look at the people that's actually manifesting activity. They the ones thinking it. I'm not pointing the finger. I'm showing you who's doing it. I'm not shifting the blame. I'm showing you who's doing it. I'm not shifting the blame. I'm not. You can look at me all you want. I guarantee you this. You ain't gonna never see me with no child. I'll tell you that. But you will see 44 states with children. You will see that though. But you got teachers, even policemen. Yeah, right here in NYPD, the NYPD. Hey, look. It's not, look, I got to keep it real with everyone. I got to keep it real about everybody. Why you always think it's the Catholics. Yeah, we don't like those Catholics for what they do. You quick to say that. I can't stand those preachers. They always touching those children. Look at your passion and hate for Catholics, mostly. Because that's really what people are